new features in CS4. So let's look at some of the new features in Soundbooth CS4. One of the biggest is the ability to create new sessions that are multi-track. That means we can have multiple different clips on multiple different tracks, and these will be mixed down into your stereo output. Okay, this means, for instance, that we can now take two different score files on two different tracks and actually combine them. Something we couldn't do before. Before we could just use one score file essentially. So this is great, and the file format that allows this is the ASND format, which is new with this version. That allows us to have multi-track sessions. Now we also have a volume keyframing for clips. So let's bring in a clip here. Notice I can have two different clips side by side in the same timeline. And let's zoom into this. We can now do some volume keyframing here to have much nicer control over the volume of your clip. And in the same vein as that, we also have volume correction, which allows us to match volume over different clips. So we have multiple clips in here. We can make them all the same volume with just hitting this button, match volume. Now we also, when we export, save as, a couple different places here, MP3, and we push save, we can actually change the bit rate anywhere from 16 to 320, mono, tells us the file size, and we can also preview it. And that sounds really bad because it's the lowest quality possible. Okay, so that's another new feature, is that preview of the MP3 export. And last, we have, under our metadata, speech search. We can create transcripts of the speech. It'll analyze the dialogue, turn them into words, and then we can search through the actual audio by clicking on the words in this area. Now each of these different things are shown and explained and explored in later tutorials, and so we're not going to go over any of them here. I just want to make sure you knew most of the new basic features of this new version. Along with the new features, there's also half dozen or so major enhancements of other features and a whole bunch of other small things along with this. So this is a pretty major upgrade and really enhances what you can do with this program, whereas before it was very limited, and now at least we've expanded a number of things. Okay, let's move on to the next tutorial.